Well, hello there, fellow sojourners, and welcome back to another edition of Appropriate in the Culture. On today's episode, we talk ice hockey, because football is dead to me, and discuss the freakout over Philly Flyer Ivan Provorov committing cultural blasphemy. I'm Pastor Shane, I'll be your Flyer fan today as we appropriate some culture. So yet another professional sport held an event to celebrate Pride. NHL players donned rainbow uniforms in their pre-game warm-ups to show solidarity between the NHL and LGBTQ. But when one uniform was MIA, the media said WTF, and here was the answer.
Everybody, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, that's all I'm going to comment on that. If you have any hockey questions, I would answer those.
Can you just clarify what can you clarify your religion?
Russian Orthodox.
And so the freakout commenced. Raquel Millian tweeted, "Being LGBT plus is not a choice. Being ignorant, obnoxious, and homophobic is a choice. Ivan Provorov wasn't wearing uniform tonight, and the NHL Flyers should not have let him play. Stop letting bigots hide behind their cherry-picked religion. Do better." Okay, if you want to say LGB is not a choice, okay, but trans is not a choice? I was just born this way, and by this way, I mean not the way I was born. The way I was born is actually the whole problem. Transing is an act of volition. You choose to get hormone therapy, you choose to get surgeries, you choose to dress a certain way. And celebrating their choice of dress, but not Ivan's choice of dress, seems like cherry picking. I mean, isn't he dressing in what makes him feel comfortable? Isn't he dressing in accordance with his authentic self? Now, of course, they would respond with something like, they choose how they manifest their trans, but they've always been deep down internally trans. The true them is just in the wrong body. But that bifurcation between the physical self and mental or spiritual self is a religious proposition. And you can't hide behind religion, as we're repeatedly told. Here's Pierre Lebrun opining, "But Provorov obviously doesn't respect everyone. If he did respect everyone, he would have taken part in warm-up and worn the Pride Night jersey. Don't hide behind religion." The respect that the hockey player was talking about was tolerance and a recognition of shared humanity. This is not hard to comprehend if you're not obtuse. You can respect Jews and not wear a yarmulke. You can respect Muslims and not wear a burqa. You can respect Republicans and not wear a MAGA hat. You are not required to don the apparel of a people group in order to respect them. And there's something disturbing about forcing people to do that at work, particularly when their work has nothing to do with that. Imagine if you came into work and your company said, "Listen, we're having a President's Day sale, and so in honor of President's Day, we're all going to be wearing MAGA hats." Not only would that be a stupid business practice, and it is NHL, but it's also gross to superimpose your political ideology onto your employees. And if it's wrong to violate one's political convictions, then how much worse is it to violate their moral and religious convictions? But perhaps the most befuddling criticism came from Greg Wyszynski, who uncovered that Ivan wore a pre-game military appreciation uniform and tweeted, "Of course, Ivan Provorov is more than happy to play pre-game dress-up when it does align with his belief system." Yes, Greg. Turns out people are fine with supporting causes that they support, and not supporting causes that they don't. This is like posting a picture of a vegetarian salad and going, "Oh, they're more than happy to eat this, but not when it comes to meat." Yes, this is not hard to understand if you have a working brain. But here's some other solid NHL analysis from NHL analysts.
And Ivan Provorov can get on a plane any day he wants and go back to a place where he feels more comfortable, take less money, and get on with his life that way, if it's that problematic for him. And he's been in North America for a long time. He played in the Western Hockey League. He's now been in Philadelphia for many years. If this is that much of a problem for him to maybe assimilate into his group of teammates and in the community and here in this country, that's okay. Listen, you can feel any way you want. But the beauty is, if it bothers you that much, There's always a chance to leave, go back where you feel more comfortable. I understand there's a conflict of sorts going on over there. Maybe get involved. So
America is a place of welcoming and inclusion, and so you should just get the heck out. That's almost verbatim a line from Michael Scott. And this is not an absolute statement, but if your thought process is matching that of a man who burns his foot on a George Foreman grill making bacon in the morning, you might want to rethink your thought process. People flocked to America for religious freedom, but a new religion has come to dominate, and you can see that in the response that this gets from one player abstaining, right? Outrage, vitriol, moral indignation. Look at the outrage.
The theme from the National Hockey League is hockey is for everyone, okay? The theme is not hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights, then do whatever you want. If the National Hockey League is going to do this, if any league is going to do this, do it properly or reevaluate what you're doing. Because there's not a lot of repercussions that I'm seeing from any league. Now, it could change with the NHL. Could change with the NHL. I think you find the Flyers $1 million for this. I'm not kidding. Figure this out and stop offending people on nights where it's not about that. It's supposed to be about inclusivity. The National Hockey League need to attack this and figure this out. Because what I heard last night was offensive and didn't make any sense. Because, for instance, if that was a military night, okay?
Right.
If anyone in Canada or in the States on a military appreciation night wouldn't wear a jersey pregame, do you have any idea the uproar that would have happened on that? Do you have any idea the backlash? Do you have any idea what happened on social media? It's ridiculous what would have happened.
And look, it was just a minute ago we were talking about the uproar that was happening with FIFA fever, where if you were seen with so much as a rainbow anywhere, you had to fear for your life, imprisonment, or death. Yeah. Seriously. So, and now here we are.
I just think the NHL has to do something here. This is not good enough. This is not good enough. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't agree with gay rights is not the phrasing of this. You're either in this or you're not. And one last point. Nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. Because when you looked at people's lives, you normally say that publicly, you'd throw up at what you saw. You would throw up at what you saw. And I've seen that 1,000,000 times in a lot of different ways. So don't give me that. With respect. Don't give me that, because no one's perfect. All right? Don't feed me the religious beliefs line. And all of a sudden the NHL is going to back off this. The National Hockey League today needs to find that organization $1 million and reevaluate how they support gay rights. Because that is insulting. That is the #1 trending topic in Canada. That is insulting what happened in Philadelphia. And if the NHL's serious about this, they say they are. We'll see. We'll see how serious they are today. But that whole thing was mishandled, and part of me couldn't believe it. Part of me could, considering how the NHL sometimes handles things.
And it's too important, and that's why you're continuing to talk about it, because you're not just going to brush it under the rug.
Well said, Dee.
The rainbow flag is just the mark of the beast, right? I mean, that's just where we are right now. But talking about being offensive and not making any sense, this fits the bill. Hockey is for everyone, ... unless you don't believe in gay rights is not the line. Yes, that's not the line. But the line that hockey is for everyone doesn't mean that there's uniformity of thought with all hockey enthusiasts. Hockey is for everyone means that everyone can enjoy hockey. Everyone can watch hockey. Everyone can go to a hockey game, which is all true. What you're saying through your spittle is hockey is for everyone, ... unless you morally and religiously object to celebrating homosexuality, in which case you have no place in hockey, you should be fined $1 million today, and you make me want to throw up, because we're inclusive. How many freaking Michael Scotts are there in the world? You would throw up with respect. I love that part. You make me want to puke with respect. It's impossible to respect someone and not wear their symbols, but you can throw up in revulsion with respect. He said, nothing scares me more than any human being who says, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs. I can think of a few things. Nuclear war, a new plague, an economic collapse. But even in terms of evil religious zealotry, what people don't do in the name of their religion is objectively not scarier than what people do on behalf of their religion. Inaction is not as scary as action. Because of my religion, I'm not going to serve in the military. Okay? Because of my religion, I'm not going to get blood transfusions. All right, suit yourself. Because of my religion, I'm not eating pork. Well, more for me, I guess. Because of my religion, I'm not having sex before marriage. Seems prudent. Because of my religion, I'm not drinking any booze. That's your choice. That's not scary. None of that's scary. Because of my religion, I'm not going to wear this is not as scary as because of my religion, I'm going to fly planes into a building. Inaction is not as scary as action. So what he really means here is this. When people say, I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs, that indicates that they're devoutly religious. What scares him more than anything is people who are actually religious, who are serious about their religion. Those people make him want to throw up. There's a bigot in this story, but it's not who they're saying. And the irony is that the Rainbow Brigade is a cult. It's their religion, which is why just one hockey player who doesn't bend the knee in fealty to their religious totems sends them into a blind rage, because it's blasphemy. And that's where we are as a culture. Here's another clothing issue that popped up in the news that I think puts it in perspective.
I understand that, right, but Jesus is associated with religion and it's offending people.
No, it's not. Actually, it's not religion. It's about eternal life.
Okay, but it's the same thing, okay? People have been offended, and like I said, all we were asking you is to take your shirt off, you can go to Macy's or we can leave.
I didn't say anything though. I didn't speak. I didn't speak. I didn't say anything. Just went to Macy's.
So again, I'm giving you yourself options.
Why are you making me shirt off?
You can go to Macy's and you can do your shopping, or you can leave the mall. Okay, those are your only options right now.
Okay.
Unless you want to be placed in another. If you want to shop here, you need to take that shirt off.
What is wrong with? What is the problem with it?
Again, sir, it is religious soliciting. There is no soliciting allowed on law property, which is private property. Okay? So again, we've had yes and no talks. Exactly.
What is
just
wrong
take
with
it off the shop, man. That's all we want.
No, I'm serious. I know the Constitution.
But you were
last time I was here, they told me to leave for 24 hours. I did.
Yes.
That day I was preaching. Yeah, I was preaching the gospel that day.
Yeah. You're still soliciting.
No,
and again,
I'm working.
Yes, you're walking wearing that shirt in the form of soliciting, and we've had guests come up saying that they've been offended by your shirt.
Who'll say that?
We've had guests come up and say you've been offended. So, like this gentleman just said too, take the shirt off and you can go shopping.
A man wearing a Jesus Saves shirt was told to take it off or leave the Mall of America. If he were wearing a rainbow flag shirt, would he have been told to take it off or asked to leave? Well, that's not proselytizing. That's not soliciting. It's not. If wearing a rainbow flag is not proselytizing, if it's not conveying an ideology or promoting a worldview, then why are they making the hockey players wear it? It's because it is proselytizing. It is conveying an ideology. It is promoting a worldview. And one of those worldviews is blasphemy in America, and one of them is not. One of them will get you kicked out of the Mall of America, and one of them will not. All right, we'll stop there for today, but as you know, we are in the process of pre-production on a feature film, and we still have a few roles to fill out, including costuming, hair and makeup, an assistant director, and script supervisor. No previous experience is necessary. We'll show you the ropes. If you think you can help and want to help support the project, you can contact me. And in the meantime, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and review if you like what we're doing here. If you don't, keep that to yourself, because we are an inclusive, pluralistic society with zero deviation. Join my author's Facebook page, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next week for more Appropriate in the Culture.